Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host LovelyCheesePizza here. Welcome back to Sports Sunday, where we talk about sports, life, and everything in between. And, you know, I really wanted to try to start this earlier than I normally would. But, I just can't pry myself away from the Olympics. I can't. Like, I wanted to start this seriously, like, 3 or 4 hours ago. And here I am, it's like, what time is it? It's 11:57 right now. Like, that's what happens when the Olympics are in full swing. No matter what I try, I can't get away from it. It's unbelievable. But with that said, we're gonna move right into stuff. I think we're going to up our block one button there, and we're looking pretty good. So, hooray for those attribute points that popped up in that last episode. So it made us just a wee bit better. Totally down with it. And the undefeated dream is still alive here. I believe we are, what, 12-0 right now in all of this. So this is a good sign. I'm just hoping, you know, that I can keep the trend going, because it's been roughly about 3 weeks since I have done one of these. It's been tough, man. It's been pretty tough trying to keep up with doing these on Sundays, because it seems like I always end up having something going on a Sunday, whether it's just work or it's just, you know, things that happen, or the fucking Olympics start. And I can't get my eyeballs away from the damn thing. It's so captivating, you know? Like, I knew there was going to be stuff on. I knew there was going to be, like, some swimming, and I wanted to see Katie Ledecky, you know, do her runs, and I knew Michael Phelps was going to be going in that 4x100 relay, and I knew, like, the women's gymnastics stuff was going, which, dude, call me a sucker, but I love the women's gymnastics unit. Not because I think the girls are hot, because that's, like, totally child porn, because they're like 16 years old. So that is absolutely not the reason. But I just, like, for me, what the hell? I just, like, threw it in there. For me, like, I'm so just, I don't know, blown away by what gymnasts can do. Like, the girl, like, one of the competitors for, I think it was, like, for Brazil, she's like 4'5", and, like, and they're able to just do, like, all this crazy acrobatic shit where they're just, like, launching themselves up in the air and doing all these twists and turns in things that I've never been able to do, nor will I ever be able to do for the rest of my life. It's so awesome. And, like, seeing them do stuff on, like, the uneven bars and the balance beam, I think, is one of the craziest things. I mean, they're sitting here doing, like, all these, like, back handsprings and, like, crazy, you know, flips, and they're landing on a platform that's like this. It's the width of a fucking VHS tape. It's out of control, man. It is wild. Attaboy. But yeah, dude, it was great. And so I'm just sitting here, just totally glued to the TV for hours. Next thing I knew, I was like, oh my god, it's 11:30. I need to go jump in the office and do this. But good times, man. After day 2, the U.S. is definitely leading the medal race. I think it's 13, or it's like 12 or 13 to 8 or 9 over China. Which, I mean, the U.S. is going to win. There's no doubt in that, because, I mean, if they did not win first, that would be like the biggest travesty, I think, that would have, you know, swept across the Olympics. Because, I mean, the U.S. always sends the most people, and they've sent less people than they normally do, just because the conditions of Rio are absolute bullshit. I mean, you actually literally have shit in the water. And I feel bad for the people in one of the rowing competitions. They were rowing, and their freaking, like, canoe thing just totally tipped over, and they were just, like, totally submerged in that just ass water. Totally gross. He's gonna make it. Oof. I've seen people make those before. It's like astonishing every time it happens, because you never expect it. Because, like, any time in a video game that you really ever launch a full court shot, you're just, like, never close. But this one, like, they always hit the rim, but they never go in. And every once in a while they will, and you're just like, whoa, what the hell? But yeah, dude. So I think out of like watching all the track and field stuff, I'm pretty sure women's gymnastics is totally my favorite thing. It's awesome. And it might be premature, but like all the people, like all the reporters keep saying it, that like this might be the best women's gymnastics team of all time, which is pretty cool because if it is, I'm getting to watch history unfold, and maybe watching the best female, or maybe the most decorated gymnastics person ever. Gymnast, not gymnastics person. But her name is Simone Biles, and I've already attributed a nickname to her. And she is now in my book, she is now aptly named the Gallbladder. Which, unless you know anatomy, that's not going to make any sense to you. But I named her that because A, her last name is Biles, which, the gallbladder directly deals with bile production, and I don't know, it's the first thing that popped into my head when I saw the last name Biles. I was like, oh, gallbladder, sick, tight. I feel like if that got out on the internet somewhere, people would be like, oh, that's so inconsiderate, what the fuck? You're such a terrible person. And I am. I'm actually a very terrible person. But that's beyond the point here. But yeah, dude, just like watching her do anything is crazy, and she's so tiny. She's just like I could fit her in like the pocket of my pants. She's just so small. But like she's fucking good at everything. It's ridiculous. She's like she's literally the Michael Phelps of gymnastics. She's literally fucking good at everything. Like, every time she goes out and does something, like, she'll do all these crazy hard routines, and then she'll do, like, her dismount or whatever, and she just totally sticks the landing without moving an inch. And, like, every time, the announcers and everybody, they're just like, oh my god! She can't do anything wrong! Ever in her life. So, it's pretty rad, man. But, I love watching swimming. I love watching swimming, too. I had a really big passion for swimming at an early age, like never in the vein of competitive stuff, just because I would have never been good enough for that, because I didn't really have like my growth spurt into being as tall as I am until between 8th grade to freshman year of high school, so I was fairly small in comparison to most people that I knew up until that point. But I guess it doesn't really matter, because like all the Japanese guys are fucking tiny that do that. But I just like, it's crazy watching like when they do like their entry dives, and when they do like the crazy turns on the wall, just like how much power they can generate, and like watching their bodies do like that crazy elastic like snake-like move where they're just like generating all of that just fucking torque and power and whatnot. And watching the 4x100 relay with Michael Phelps and all the dudes, and like trying to avenge that crazy loss to Australia that they had in London, where when they I think it was 2008 actually, when they lost to Australia. And the Australian guys, when they found out that they had beaten us, like, they started totally talking mad shit. Like, they like, got out of the pool, and they were like, looking over in the Americans' directions, and they were, like, strumming, like, air guitars, and, like, they were just, like, talking a whole bunch of shit. And so, like, that left a real sour taste in their mouth. And then I think it was at London 2012. Oh god, this game's gonna be tied. Oh no! Okay, this isn't good. This has got to be one of the first times we've been tied in the third quarter in a while. Like, usually, we're just like Anno Domini ripping it up. Come on! There it is. Ooh, boy. God, that was so close. They almost took it away anyways. Get in there. Attaboy. Look at that, a quick little 5-point swing. Dick Cheney? Dick Cheney with a skin darkening. Oh, boy. But yeah, dude, just like watching, dude, the relays are crazy with just like how you have to time everything. Oh god. Come on. Oh, Sheed for 3. Oh, I was hoping he was gonna make that. I don't think he's made a 3 in this series yet. I've been trying to give him opportunities every once in a while, but I don't think he's made a 3 yet in all of this. Come on, Sheed. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. There it is. He totally nailed it. Oh, and order is restored. I mean, it's only, what, an 8-point game, but still. That was getting a little testy for a moment. And now we're looking good. Ooh, get in there. Oh, yes. Oh, the recovery. I'm telling you. Go up, go up. That'll work. Come on. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Of course. Of course that would happen. Jeez. But, yeah, dude, in that relay, it was crazy. I guess, like, everybody's been raving about it. And I saw it happen, and, like, it blew me away when I saw it. But I guess in the second leg of it, where Michael Phelps took over, like, they were kind of, sort of, like, in the lead, but, like, going into the turn, I guess the U.S. was losing by just a little bit to France. And so the turn happens, and the French guy gets a good push, and Phelps goes in, like, right behind him. And I guess as soon as he hit the wall, he just fucking launched himself. Like, he overtook the French guy by a pretty significant margin right off of that. And, like, the judges were, or not the judges, but the announcers were just losing their shit. And, like, I totally get it, but, like, they were calling that turn, like, potentially the best turn of all time. So there's, like, all sorts of weird, like, legendary things going on in the Olympics so far already. It's fucking tight. Like, I love being able to witness historic things like that. Come on, Sheed. He didn't even dunk that. I'm almost positive he did not dunk that. I'm pretty sure I actually threw it into the net, and then he just kind of showed up for the end there. He's like the guy that crashes the wedding and just sits at the table of food at the reception just for ungodly amounts of time. And he's just like, oh yeah, I totally remember you guys. And he's just like, he saw a wedding going on, didn't even dress up for it, and just showed up. And they're like, people were asking who he knows. Like, oh yeah, I totally went to high school with him. And they're like, I don't remember seeing you anywhere. They're like, oh yeah, well, you know, I was the quiet guy. Come on. Well, I don't even know where that conversation was going. I totally lost my sense of where the direction of that even came from in the first place. What the fuck was that? I really hope that doesn't come back to bite me. Please don't let it come back to bite me. It won't. Come on, Sheed. Attaboy, look at that. Getting his rebounds in there. Crazy thing too, like, I haven't really mentioned, you know, the actual you know, parallel topic here with Team USA basketball. But, dude, it's like, I almost can't even watch it. It's so bad. Like, it's awesome because Team USA they're just absolutely murdering people. Like, it's literally just pure, unadulterated slaughter going on out there. And, like, I almost can't watch it because it looks like a glorified practice out there, more or less. It's kind of, it makes you feel bad for all the other countries because, like, you know that whoever's going to play you, they're not even going to compete whatsoever. Get in there. I think that was the best game we've had so far. I don't think that we've had a lot of games where we've got into the 90s. We almost got to 100 points. That was like a regular score of a game. He had 80 points. 1 point under Kobe. Shooting 70% from the floor. That's probably the best we've shot from 3 at any point in this. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, dude, like, they're beating people by like 50 points, and I think that they were almost leading China by 60 at one point. And even like the women's basketball team, they had the largest margin of victory in the history of Olympic basketball. They beat Senegal, I think it was today, by like, I think they beat them by like 61 or 62 points or something. It's just ridiculous. What position does Matt Geiger play? He's definitely not a striker, because that's in soccer or football. I don't think he's a forward. I'm pretty sure he was a center. Yeah, dog. I think Matt Geiger played for the Sixers during their little run with like Allen Iverson and Eric Snow and let's see, who else would have been on that team? I know it was Iverson and Snow And oh, who was one of the other guards? I can't think of it right offhand, but I think he was one of the big men on that team. And whoever else was there, I can't really remember at all. But I think that was that was when they went to the finals against the Lakers, and AI totally did the step over Tyronn Lue. That moment that'll never go away in his life ever. Alright, my friends, well, that was a pretty successful little game there against the old Bullets, the now defunct Washington Bullets that I really wish they'd go back to instead of being the Wizards, but what do you do? Alright guys, well this is your host Lovely Cheese Pizza saying thank you guys for stopping by and watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye.